Good afternoon and what's up, guys? My name is Abram and I'm with Wilson. We're going to have a jam-packed show, learning more and learn extra right here. So don't you dare move. I know that you guys are ready to learn more with us. It's going to be a great show. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this one. Wilson, how are you doing?
Great and you, Abram.
I'm doing well, man. The grade 12s have been waiting for this show, and I know that it's going to be a great one.
I think it's going to be a fantastic show.
Nice one.
A very beautiful section of maths, and I'll be looking at finance, growth, and decay with them. So though I'm so excited about this show today, Abram.
Nice one. You don't look excited, right?
I'm really excited.
That's more like it. Well, guys, thank you for joining us, guys. It's simple to be part of this show. All you need to do is to download your notes. I've already posted the link for you guys on facebook.com/LearnExtra. Also follow us on Twitter @LearnExtra. Guys, you can also visit our website for more information on learn.mindset.co.za. Otherwise, this show is proudly sponsored by MTN SA Foundation. We're so grateful for the love and the support they've been giving us. Also, to add on to that one, the Department of Basic Education, for making sure that they are partnering with us and supporting us all the way. The exciting things that are coming through on the show, we've got giveaways that we're going to be telling you more about, guys. We've got this workbook, a maths workbook, that we're going to be telling you more about. So don't you waste any further more time. Let's get straight to learning and don't move.
Okay. Thank you, Abram. Welcome, guys. I hope you're ready there at home and you have a piece of paper with you and you try the sums with me. So welcome into finance. I think it's most beautiful section of maths. Okay, so I have growth and decay. Let's see what it entails. So the first part of this finance, so we'll look at a future value annuity formula. So this formula it will be given to you, and but you have to understand when to use this formula and what they stand for. If you look at this formula, so the X in this case is to equal and regular payments per period. So in this annuity, so what implies that the X cannot change, so it must be a constant payment over the term of the investment. So if you change the X, so they work out the annuity, okay? And where N, in this case, is numbers of payments. Just be careful, don't confuse this with the grade 11 or grade 10 finance, where N stands for numbers of years. So in this case, N is numbers of payments, okay? Where I is your interest rate, which is determined by the market. Okay, I hope you understand this. So this is the future value. When do we use this? When do we use this formula? We use this formula for retirement annuities, savings accounts, and sinking funds. I'll explain later what is this sinking funds. Okay. So what is this sinking fund? What is a sinking fund? Usually cars, things like cars, equipment, machines, they depreciate in value. Okay, so if they depreciate in value, what do you do as a company? I mean, you have to set up money into an investment account on a monthly basis to replace the vehicles, equipment, and machineries in future. So that account is called the sinking fund. Okay, so this is straightforward. So you put that money into a sinking fund on a monthly basis. Okay, guys, I hope it makes more sense. Okay, fantastic. Then the present value. If you look at the present value and the future value, it's a slightly different between the formula. The present value, in this case, will still have the X, will still have the N, and the interest rate, the I, the interest rate. So same thing again. If you look at this, where X also is a regular payments per period. Okay, what it means is must be 1,000 for the period of investment or a loan. So X is a regular payments, and numbers of payments. Remember, and it's not numbers of years, it's numbers of payments you're making, okay? And I is the interest rate, which is determined by the market also, okay? When do we use this formula? Remember, this is present value we'll use this formula when we do repayments on home loans, hire purchase agreement, and student loans. Then you can use the two formulas. The first formula is what? For investment, and the second one is for loans and student loans, hire purchase agreement. Okay, fantastic, Abram. I think we went through our summary. I think we should take a break and we'll come back and look at some problems.
Oh, don't you have questions? We can just get straight to the
Do you
questions.
think so? Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. So
I'm
we
ready.
okay, great. Okay, so we'll start with one question here. Okay, let's look at one question. So Tembile invests 3,500 into a savings account, which pays 7.5% per annum, compounded yearly. After an unknown period, his account grows to 4,400, grows to that value. Okay, 4,044 rand and 69 cents. How long did Tembile invest the money? If you look at this, so Tembile invests this. So this is a simple compound formula. If you look at a compound formula with A equal P plus bracket with plus 1 I, which is the interest rate, to the power n. In this case, n is how long do you invest. But in future value and present value, n is how many payments are you putting in that investment. So in this case, so Tembile invested 3,500. So in this case, P is our 3,500. 1 plus, and the interest rate is 7.5%. 7.5%, I'll put 7.5% to the power n. And this money, 3,500, grows to that value. How long did it take for this money to grow? So I'll put this accumulated amount, which is 4,044,69. So this is what you have. So what you have to do in this case is to work out the n value. Okay, so what can you do in this case? So I'll divide both sides by 3.5, divide by 3,500, divide by 3,500. If you do that, what happens is that this cancels that. Okay, then I have 4,000, which is 4. Okay, I'll write this down, over 3,500 equal, which is my 1 plus 7.5% to the power n. So what I need in this case, I have to solve this n value. I can use my logs. So my advice, never put this in the calculator and round this. So use the value like this in a fraction form. So I'll use my logs. So if I use my logs, if I put a log this side and I put a log this side, what happens? Drop the n. So if I do that, let's see what I have. So I'll have a log of 4,044,69 over 3,500, which is this n will come here, n log of 1 plus 7.5%. Okay, so from there, I think, because we're trying to solve the n value, I can divide both sides by log. If I divide both sides by log, I will have I divide both sides by this, so I'll have my n, which is, I'll have this log, okay, you'll have log base of this. Can you see that? 1 plus 7.5%, And here you have our 4,044.69 over 3,500. Can you see that? So what I did, I divided both sides by what? By log bracket 1 plus 7.5% to what? To solve for the n value. Okay, so what do you need? You just take this part, look at that, this part, which is there, base this. So from there, I just have to use my calculator and get what is the n value. So if I take my calculator, in this case, if you look here, you have two logs. You have that log and this log. Let me cancel this. You have this log. Also, if I delete, I have another log. This one is with the base. So I can put my base, in this case, since my base is 1 plus 7.5%, which I can do that. So I'll put bracket 1 plus 7.5%. Okay, so delete there. It's log bracket 1 plus 7.5. If I need percent, shift percent bracket. Then I have to go there. So if I go in there, so I need what? Divide 4044.69 over what? 3,500. Then I can put my equal button. What do I get? I get that n is equal to 2. So it took 2 years for Tembile to grow this money to the 4,044.69 cents. So in this case, n is equal to 2 years. Okay, it's 2 years. Okay, fantastic. Okay, I hope it makes sense. For you matrix, what is new is just using that logarithm to solve the n value. I hope it makes more sense and you understand and you got something from this problem. Okay, Abram, I think now we can look at taking a break.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
And already I've got some questions from the mindsetters. So guys, if you tuned in and you still have some questions, feel free to throw them at me. Facebook.com/LearnExtra will be helping you through. More information and competitions are coming after this break. Welcome back, awesome guys. Now, something that you didn't know, today is my birthday, and I feel like telling you guys about great stuff that are coming through tomorrow. Better watch better watch on this channel. There's something coming through, you know, since it's my birthday, I think I'm getting old. Right, guys,
You're
better
getting
watch on
old.
this channel. We've got something that we're launching. It's big, guys. We're giving away 1 year's free accommodation, because I know that for some of you who are doing matric now, you're thinking next year where you're going to be studying, where you're going to be staying. That is very key, guys. If you are applying for at any institution, you need to think of where you're going to be staying. So, guys, we're giving away 1 year's free accommodation, but more details are coming tomorrow. So better watch. Also on our page, we'll be giving you more information and some clues on how to enter. Tomorrow is the day. Otherwise, we've got this learner workbook that is coming as well. More information is going to come through on learn.mindset.co.za. Otherwise, visit our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/LearnExtra. Bro Wilson.
Okay, thank you, Abram.
Yes,
Can
sir.
I apply the student accommodation?
If you're going to be studying, find out tomorrow. I'm not allowed to reveal anything.
No, I'll
Tomorrow.
I'll just register to do that, to get the accommodation.
For now.
I'll do my matric again. Okay, guys, welcome back again, guys. So the next question, I'll be looking at the nominal and effective. And I remember you matric sometimes, you don't look at this nominal and effective, and it comes in your matric exam. So it's very important to look at nominal interest rate. So I'll do one example on nominal. So the question is, convert the effective rate of 12.5% per annum to a nominal rate per annum compounded half yearly. If you look at your formula, your nominal formula is 1 plus I, which is the effective rate, is equal 1 plus I the nominal rate over n, where n is the compounding period in this case, bracket, which is n over n, where n is your compounding period. So what is given here? So we have our effective rate, which is 12.5%. So your 12.5%, remember 12.5% is 12 over 100, so you can use your calculator just to check that, which is 12.5 divided by 100, which is what? As the pattern, 0.125. So, because I'm given my effective in this case. So, I have 1 plus 0.125 equal 1 plus. I'm trying to solve the nominal. So, I'll write plus, okay, erase this. So, from there I have 1 I, n for nominal, and we have, this is compounded half yearly, so it's 2 to the power 2. Okay, guys, so from there, I just have to try and solve the I, which is the interest rate. And how do we do that? So what I will do, I'll get rid of this 2. How do I get rid of this 2? I'll multiply by half to the power half both sides. Half, I can do that. And also multiply this by power half. Okay? So what happens is that 2 and 2 cancel. Okay? So what do I have? I have 1 plus 0.125 to the power a half equal 1 plus I, n, which denote nominal, I nominal, okay? So to solve this, I have to multiply, in this case, by 2 both sides. If I multiply by 2, if I multiply by 2, what I'll get? I can move the 1 first. I have 1 plus 0.125 to the power a half negative 1 I nominal, which is n for nominal. I can write nom there, or n. Then to get rid of this 2, so I have to multiply this whole thing by 2. Okay, what I like about this, I didn't do any rounding. So I have exactly the value of the nominal interest rate. So what I have to do now is just to take this expression and put that in my calculator and get exactly the nominal interest rate, which is not rounded. Okay, thank you. So if I take this, cancel calculator. So what I will do is 2 bracket. Can you see? I have bracket, bracket. So I'll have another bracket, 1 plus 0.125 bracket to the power, I need half, 1 over 2. And I move this, what I need, negative 1, okay? It's very important, guys, that you put the bracket. If you don't put a bracket, you'll get error. So if you do this, you get your I, which is your I nominal. If I round it, I nom, which is 0.1, let me check again, 0.121. Okay? If you want to write this as a percentage, you can multiply this by 100 and write your nominal interest rate as a percentage. So I can do the same. From there, multiply this by 100. So I get 12.13%. 12.13%. So I nom as 12.13%, or 12.13%. Okay, that is your nominal interest rate. Okay, fantastic. I hope it makes sense, and you post your questions on our Facebook, then I can answer some of your questions. Great. Let's look at the next question, what do we have here. The next question, okay. Okay. Sita decide to start saving money for future. Okay, now we're in future values for future. At the end of each month, very important, at the end of each month. So it implies that if I start in January, I make my payments when? End of January, end of Feb, end of March, and so on. I start paying end of each month. She puts 9,000 into the account at the mutual bank, which pays 8.25% interest per annum, compounded monthly. You earn interest on monthly basis. The first question, guys, what I'll advise is to draw your timeline. It's very important. If you have a timeline, you can solve any finance problem. Okay? Let's see if we can draw this a timeline. So if you look at our timeline, I'll draw my timeline. So T0 is at the beginning. So let's see for how many years. So now the first question is, determine the balance of this account after 29 years. Remember, when we use future and present value, the end value is not numbers of years, it's numbers of payments. So for 29 years, how many payments will you put in the mutual account? Okay, so I'll do this. So what will happen is 29 years. So I have T0. So I start 1 month later. So if T1 is January, so the first 900 will come there. So if you go back, so we have 29 years, 29 years. How many months are then 29 years? So you can cancel this. 29 times 12. We have 348 payments in 29 years. Okay. Actually, if you buy a house, it's around 240 payments for 20 years. So 334 payments. So here T is 348. So what it means, Giza will make the last payment there. It's very important because we start there, investing there. From T1 to 348, how many payments are you making? How many payments are you making? It's 348. Okay. I'd like to put another question, Abram. Maybe. Yes. Now, what if I start? Just post your answer on Abram. What if I start investing immediately? If I invest immediately, how many payments am I making? So just post your answer on our Facebook. So in this case, you start making your payments 1 month later. So you start there, and your last payment is there. Okay, so we want the future value. Okay, so let's write the formula down. So our future value, which is x plus 1 plus I, which is the interest rate, to the power n, which is the numbers of payments, over the interest rate. So we want the future value of this investment. So the future value, so in this case, my x is 900, okay, bracket 1 plus 1 plus, remember the I is the interest rate. What is the interest rate? It's there, which is, what is our interest rate in this case? Our interest rate is 8.25% over 100. So 8.25 over 100, so which is 8.25 divided by 100, which is what? SD button, 0.025. So I'll have my 0.0. Okay, we just do this, 0.08, 0.0825. How many payments am I making? Look at your timeline. You're making 348 payments over the interest rate, which is 0.0825. And from there, what I have to do, I just have to take this and put that in my calculator and get the future value after 29 years if you start making payments 1 month later. Okay, so let's see what we get. So if I take my calculator, in this case, I'll put the divide button, which is only 900, bracket 1 plus bracket 1 plus 0.0825, bracket to the power 348, okay? 348. I think I need another bracket over the interest rate. The interest rate, which is 0.0825. Okay, let's check what I've done here. This is correct then. But if you look at the interest rate, it's 8.25% interest rate per annum, compounded monthly. So I have to divide my interest rate by 12. So I have to divide this by 12. 12 there is very important. Okay? Remember, in your grade 11 finance, if it's compounded maybe quarterly, you divide your interest rate, then multiply your n by that 4. But remember, in this case, n is not how many years, it's how many payments are you putting in that investment. Okay? So you have to divide your interest rate because you're earning interest on a monthly basis. Okay? So my calculator implies I have to fix this. I have to go there. I just have to cancel the whole thing. Bracket 900, bracket 1 plus. If you look at 1 plus, we have a bracket again, 1 plus, put a device again, which is 0.0825 divided by 12, compounded monthly, bracket to the power, which is 348, then bracket, another bracket, then I go there, I need divide 0.0825 over 12. Let's see what I have. So that is the future value, the money you'll have after 29 years. If you put 900 for 29 years, 155, 1483.24. So this is your future value in this case if you invest that money. Okay, so let's see the second question. How much money did Izat deposit into her account over 29 years? How much did she deposit? How many payments did she make? How many payments? So we have 348 payments. So to get that, so to get our B, how many? So it's 900 times how many payments are we making? We put into that investment account. So we'll get 900 times 3 348, which is 312,200. This is actually what you're putting in that investment account, okay? Then after 29 years, this is what you have, okay? Let's look at the third question. The third question now is calculate how much interest she earned over 29 years, not periods, 29 years, okay? So over 29 years, how much do you make? So there is a future value, and this is how much you put in your bank. So your interest, I'll put I, just capital letter I for the interest, which is 155,148.3.24 minus 312,200. This is actually how much you kind of your profit from this investment. So let's see what we get. So we have 155,148.3.24 minus 312,200 equal, and this is how much you made from this investment, which is 12392. 1239283, I think a 3.24. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so I mean this is really good investment. Okay, so hope it makes sense. Okay, Abram.
Yeah,
I think
but on your first answer, I think it's on A.
Yeah.
Where you got 348.
yes. Oh, yes. I remember. What is the question? 3-4.
Most mindsetters got 349.
Yes, 349. Yes, if you start putting that money, fantastic, immediately. Then where do you start making it? You start putting your 900 there. Now, counting from 0 to 348, how many payments are there? It's 349, because from 1 to 348 is 348. But from 0 to 348 is 349, because you start immediately. That's very, very important to read and see. Are you making your payments immediately, or 1 month later, or 3 months later? It's very, very important. Okay, Abram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I have lots of questions.
you have lots of
but
questions.
Not based on this question.
Yeah.
Should I fire you, or after the break?
You didn't make any mistake.
No. It's just questions based on what we're dealing with.
Okay. Okay.
Not on
So
this question particularly.
let's take the question after the break. We take a break, and after the break, we'll take the question.
Okay, awesome,
Okay.
guys. And after the break, I'll be giving you more information about another exciting giveaway. That one is going to be happening today, not tomorrow. It's going to happen today. I'll tell you more after the break. Welcome back, awesome guys. Now, another giveaway is from Safeway's K53. You know, guys, we've been running this competition whereby last time Dimakato won herself a cool red Chevy Spark, and you could be just like her, guys. 3 more cars to be given away. But now, for today, we've got a Google Play voucher in order for you to download the cool Android app, which is 59 Rand from Samsung Galaxy store, and from Google Play Store. It's only 59 Rand, guys. So all you need to do to win my 150 voucher, it is to take along a friend. Tell me, which friend can you take along should you win the car? And whoever that you nominate, you must share the post that we have. If you share that post and your name is picked up, you will win that voucher. So all you need to do is to share the post that I've posted on facebook.com/learnextra. Share it and then tag along a friend that you would like to win the car. Should you be chosen, you'll win the voucher so that you can download the cool voucher that we have and enter for the Beer Bright Spark competition. But for now, we've got some questions from the mindsetters. I don't know, should I give you
Yeah,
now?
just give me.
All right. The first one is you forgot to divide interest rate on question 1 by 100.
Okay. Yeah, I think that is a good question because I had 7.5%. Yes, 7.5% is 7.5 divided by 100. That's correct. But if I read as 7.5%, I would get the same thing. So the R, remember the I is interest divided by 100, which is correct. But if I put 7.5, the percentage, that will work out also. Okay.
Okay, nice
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
And the other one from Ntahane, if the annuity starts immediately, is it a must to increase the value of N by 1?
If you start immediately, it depends when do you end paying that annuity. What if you start immediately, then you make a payment, you just draw a timeline and show you. It depends. What if I start immediately? What was the question again, Abram? If you start immediately, you have to add a 1.
Yes.
So what if from there to there, from T0 to T10, I have 11 payments. Let's say I start there. From there to there, yes, it's 11 payments. But what if I make my last payment there? Maybe T8. In this case, this would be T9. So it's very important also to note when are you making your last payment. Okay, so this will be T9. It won't be T11 because I'm making my last payment there.
So the question is it a must?
Not necessary. Just read. I don't think it's a good idea to memorize the maths. When I start immediately, I add 1. You know, that's not a good idea. I'll encourage you to read the question. Yes, if I start immediately, yes, I know there's an extra payment there, but it's very important. I don't think that is a golden rule to say, immediately, I have to add 1. So it's very important to read and see what you have there. So not always, I'm not saying not always, but it's very important to read the question.
Okay, clear. Lwazi Ngap says, how do you draw the timeline in a nominal interest?
In a nominal interest, a nominal interest is the same as interest rate. It's a normal interest rate. So this will be a nominal interest rate. This can be an effective interest rate. So interest rate can be quoted nominal or annually, so which will work the same.
Okay. And the last one, I think you have it in question 6, but I'll give you anyway.
Yeah.
It's from Johnny James Bond. Johnny says, hi, I have a question on this topic that you're dealing with today. How do we calculate outstanding balance at the end of a period? The other one is if I'm paying back a loan and I want to know how much the bank is earning from the money I pay back, which formula do I use? I'll be grateful if you help me out on this.
Okay. The last question I'll be looking at, one of the questions where a student take a loan from the bank and to pay for the fees. So I'll look at one question on that. Okay, fantastic. Good questions, guys, coming from you guys. Okay, now let's look at one sinking fund. So now look at a sinking fund. Remember a sinking fund. In business, you have a boss. In 7 years' time or 5 years' time, you have to replace that boss because it depreciates in value. So you have to put money monthly for 7 years' time so you can replace that boss, and that account is called the sinking funds account, and you put that money on a daily basis until you replace that boss in 7 years' time. Let's look at one question of that nature. Okay. So Wellington Courier Company buys a delivery truck for $296,000. The value of a truck depreciates at the reducing balance at 18% per annum. I mean, that truck lose value with time, okay? Depreciate at 18% per annum. The company plans to replace the truck in 7 years' time. So you want to replace the truck in 7 years' time, okay? Now, let's look at the first question. The first question is calculate the book value of the truck in 7 years' time. So if it depreciates at 18%, what will be the value of that truck in 7 years' time? Okay, so the reducing balance, I'll use this formula, which is A equal P 1 minus I to the power n. So what is that? Where P is the value of the truck now. So the value of a truck now is 296. The value of a truck now is 29600 bracket 1 minus 18 over 100 to the power what? 7. Why to the power 7? Because I want the value of a truck in 7 years' time. Okay? So what I can do is to take this and put this in my calculator and see what is the value of a truck in 7 years' time, which is 29600 bracket 1 minus 18%, which is 18 over 100 bracket to the power 7 equal. Okay, so this is the value, okay, of a truck in 7 years' time. So depreciate, which is 73788.50, just round to 2 decimal places. So this truck, it will depreciate from this to that because it lose value, okay, the trucks. So the second question is, so determine determine the minimum balance of the sinking fund in order for the company to afford the new truck. The price of a truck is estimated to increase at 9% per annum each year. So remember, the value of a truck depreciate because you're using the truck. But also in 7 years' time, if we want to buy another truck, we might not get the truck at the same price. The price will increase at 9% per annum for that 7 years also. So what is the value of the truck in 7 years' time? So we need the value of a truck in 7 years' time. So I need the value of a truck in 7 years' time. So the value of a truck in 7 years' time, I'll have A equal P 1 plus I to the power n. So what is happening is that it increases by 9% per year. So I'm replacing this truck in 7 years' time also. So which is equal to 96101 plus 9 over 100 to the power 7. What do I get? Cancel this. So it's 29600 bracket 1 plus 9%, which is 9 divided by 100 bracket to the power 7 equal. Now this is in 7 years' time. If you have to replace the truck, this is how much you must pay, which is 541099.58. So you have to pay this. So what I can do as a company, usually they'll do what? They'll trade in this truck and get this much. But remember now, they have to buy the truck, which is estimated, the new price, which is this. So if I sell this truck at that value, I don't have to pay exactly that. I can minus this from there. Okay? So the sinking fund, so the future value, which I have to pay in future, which is 541099.858 minus what? Because I'm selling this truck, so I'll get a little bit of money so I can buy this new truck. How much do I need? 788.50. So let's see how much we need. So I have to minus my answer, which is 73788.50. So what we need now to buy the new truck is that value. So which is what? Let's see this value. I can write this down. I need 46731111.08. This is what I need now in 7 years' time to get a new truck. So how much now do I have to put per month so I can achieve this in 7 years' time? Okay. So the next question, if you look at this now, is calculate the required monthly deposit into the sinking fund that ends 13% per annum compounded per annum. That ends 13% per annum. So what I'll do now, I need the X value. So what is happening is that over 7 years' time, let's draw the timeline. So 7 times 12 because it's monthly. So what I will do is 84. So I'm there. So it's T0, T, which is T84. So it's T84, which is my T84 there. So I need to put money into an account. So where do I start? Starts there. I need to put something, which I can call it X. T2, also I put that X until I put that X and I make my last X there to do what? To achieve my future value from that sinking fund. So let's write the formula down. So which is F equal to X bracket 1 plus 1 I to the power n numbers of payments bracket over I. This is what you have to do. So in this case, I'll just sub everything. So you're trying to solve for X. I'll leave this question with you guys. I don't know, do we still have time? So I'll leave this question with you guys. So you already have your X. You're trying to solve X. The future value in this case is what? The future value, you got it from your sinking fund there. And your N is 84, and you have your interest rate, which is 13% compounded. Then you can use the formula to calculate X, which is your monthly payments into that sinking fund to achieve this value in 7 years' time to replace the truck. Okay, over to you, Abram.
Thank you so much, Wilson, and thanks to you guys for watching and for being part of this show. Let's continue to help one another because I know some of you have some questions on our Facebook page. Remember, guys, that we have that awesome competition to give away a voucher. All you need to do is to take a friend that you'd like to drive and next to you and then tell us why they are awesome. Competition closes on Friday and we'll announce the winner live on Friday. But from us, we just want to say thank you, guys, and a big thank you to our sponsor, MTN SA Foundation, and of course the Department of Basic Education for supporting us. We love you. Peace.